Hello, we are back for Vigil this week. Sorry for the late start, but we are here nonetheless, and we're glad to be back. So I think we have a few announcements to get to before we jump into game. So if you would like to do that, Victoria.
Yeah. Hi, y'all. It's me, and I've got announcements. The first of which is thank you to our sponsors, Little Dragon Corp and Cardboard Castle Games. Little Dragon Corp is a Canadian dice company that supplies all kinds of cool, sick, awesome, sick, nasty tabletop gear. You can check out their Twitter at Little Dragon Co. 1 to stay updated on all their awesome products and use the coupon code PROBONUS when you head over to littledragoncorp.com and they'll give you 10% off of your order. Cardboard Castle Games is a lovely game store local to the Evans, Georgia area. Please give them your patronage if you find yourself there, and if you go in person, tell them Proficiency Bonus sent you for 10% off, or just check them out online. So thank you to both of them. Also, don't forget to check out our other games. The schedule is posted below the Twitch video feed, or you can do the schedule chat command. But basically, we stream almost every day. We have games for several of the major published 5e modules, as well as some homebrew games, and some of our games even feature systems other than 5th edition entirely. So hopefully we've got something up your alley. Also, we are always recruiting players, GMs, and other friends for our channel. Check out our Twitter at ProfBonus for updates on recruiting or join our community Discord. We welcome all experience levels from veteran gamers to total newbies, and we encourage BIPOC, so Black, Indigenous, or people of color, to join, as well as members of the LGBTQIAP2S+ community to join us as well. Everyone is welcome. Thank you also to Adrian Von Ziegler for some of the music that we use here on Wednesdays. He's a very talented composer. He has great content usage rules for small streams like ours, so check out his YouTube and his Patreon and support him if you can. Kristy, Mystic Hour.
No Mystic Hour tomorrow. I actually have to go to the hospital tomorrow. We are transferring Kelvin's mother, so I will not be available tomorrow due to family stuff. Hopefully not next week because there's something else happening, but the following week we'll be back ready to go.
Nice. Anybody else have any other announcements they'd like to share?
Yes, we are playing in the world of Exandria, and that is created by the wonderful people at Critical Role, Matthew Mercer, and everybody there. We are not affiliated with them in any way, but we are happy to be able to play in this wonderful world they have created. So, if you have not, please go check out them. I'm sure you'll like their content that they put out. Any other announcements before we jump into a recap?
Pee poo poo.
You said check out them, and that, like, I was like, the order of the words in that sentence was like, oh, that's kind of funky.
Oh, okay.
Check out
Sorry.
them. Sorry, it's not bad, it's just weird. My brain went, huh? That's it for me.
Well, would someone like to recap for inspiration for today?
I'm someone.
Uh-huh.
Alright. I have to actually, read my book right now, because my brain's a little foggy. Let's see how good Dumka did. The party had escaped the ambush through Shashe's teleportation circle, taking an unconscious Tusk with us to the far reaches of the Jorhassian wastes, near the ruin-scarred lands of the Calamity, I believe. War of the Calamity was happening there. Let's see. We spoke with Shashe more about the Lifebloods, having fully now admitted that Dumka had one of the Lifebloods inside of him. Shashe restated that normally the only way to remove those is to kill somebody. Asked if we could kill Dumka to get it back. No one really wanted to do that, so Shashe was basically like, well, you're in luck that my lair is here, because there's actually one other way that we can remove it. It has to do with a ritual that requires some pretty important materials that we can get only sort of here. So we could get that out of you if you want. Dumka was like, well, I don't really know if I want to get it out of us, because that guy really needs all those lifebloods, and we're not going to give it to him, right? And everyone was like, nah, we're not going to give it to him. So we kind of went back and forth on, like, should we all take a lifeblood? What are we going to do with the lifebloods? And then we're also like, oh yeah, we gotta figure out what's going on with Tusk and how quickly we should murder him. So we spoke with Tusk. Sorry, this is so, like, discordant. He was thinking about a lot of stuff. We spoke with Tusk. Tusk was not being mind controlled or, like, bribed or anything like that. It's just basically the fact that Ganir is sort of like a really old friend / caretaker. We, like, asked if it was kind of like an adopted dad sort of thing. He's like, no, it's not familial. And we were like, so you just were kind of going along with what he said? He's like, yeah, ever since, like, the very beginning, like, my goal was to kind of, like, assassinate Dumka and get that back. We were like, great, cool, wonderful. Don't know what we're gonna do with you. And then the party started to ask him a little bit more about Ganir, and he said that Ganir had been getting a little bit more sort of unstable lately, and I believe he was, like, praying / talking to... I wrote the Queen. My Queen?
Yep.
Yes. Okay. To a figure called the Queen, or his Queen. The party didn't necessarily know if this could mean possibly Tiamat, the goddess of chromatic dragons, or if it could be someone else. So, realizing that they did not have enough information, started to sort of make plans to go to one of the Cobalt Soul libraries to see if we could figure out some more information while keeping the lifeblood safe at the same time. In addition, we started the process of warning our friends and family back home about how Ganir may possibly try to attack Port Zoon as an attempt to sort of lure us out to get Dumka's lifeblood and the rest of the lifebloods. But as we left off, I believe we were going to probably be trying to get some of those materials for the ritual just so that we have it in case, since we're here. And then we were going to set about going to a Cobalt Soul library.
Correct.
And I don't think I missed anything super important. Sorry if I did.
I don't believe so. Before we go any farther, we're picking up basically you all are in this kind of study area of where you all teleported with Sasha. And we're picking up there after you all had this long conversation of what you all want to do, your plans. So we're going to pick up there to make sure no one left out anything they wanted to talk about, or if something's come up in between sessions since it's been so long since we've played. What would you all like to do?
We don't have any materials to make lunch before we go out to eat, so Reksha's pretty bummed out.
Okay.
Unless Sasha has food? I don't know.
Unfortunately, I don't keep that kind of thing here. I'm sure you all have rations. I'm sure that. Oh, okay.
Ale is not food.
That's not very.
Let me see if Zach packed me a lunch.
Of course he fucking did. How dare you?
I do. I have 20 days of rations.
I was gonna say, I'm pretty sure you all got.
Bought a shit
we
ton
bought
of
a
lot.
rations. Kristy definitely remembers Zach buying a shit ton of rations for this.
You did. Yeah, you
Yeah,
did.
you all bought a lot of rations. So you all have rations to eat, but of course not super fancy by any means, but
sorry.
enough to hold you over until you get to more civilized location.
Because there's no gold leaf on it.
So, is the plan to go down into the Incanter's Rest location to look for these items, which were called the Assassin Lily and Giant's Clove?
Yeah, because we were right by it.
Mm-hmm.
We figure if we don't have to do the ritual.
This is in the morning still, as you all were talking about this, and you think if you get down there without any like any complications, you all should be back up here by nightfall. So.
Yeah, Matty definitely wants to like find other ingredients as well. Like if we already have like these type of rare ingredients already in this area, she's definitely keen to go down and see what else they have fucking down there.
All right, so then we're gonna pick up right there. You all gather some of your stuff, your supplies that you need for this small journey, and Sasha will lead you out through the hallways of the maze-like entranceways to this study of theirs. And it takes about an hour or so to get down to the base of the mountains that will lead out to Encanter's Rest, which you all were told. There's not much known about this location, except this was a Calamity-era battlefield, and it has 3 Titan, gigantic skeleton remains of 3 monstrous Titans that overhang parts of this land here. But other than that, there's not a whole lot known about this place. So, as you all exit, you have a small little path that you have to go down to get to the bottom, and I will need some athletics checks from you all as you all progress down this treacherous terrain to get down to the base. So,
Oh, right.
Athletics, you say?
athletics.
That's a 14 straight.
Okay.
22.
Nice.
14.
Nice.
I'm sitting there kind of shuffling next to Matty, like.
Athletics, you said?
Athletics.
Beckett got a 26.
Oh, okay.
my
Thank
God,
you.
He's so freaking ripped.
Damn.
Oh no.
His gams.
Dams.
What do you mean? Oh no, you're like the strongest one here.
With my modifier, which is a +9, I got a 10 because I rolled a natural 1.
Oh,
Nice.
You're still
Nice.
kind of dead.
50%.
You're still kind of dead.
So, as you all are, Tremayne is taking up the rear of the group of this. As you all are heading out of this tunnel, and you all, it is a very like small walkway that you kind of have to like go like your back up against the wall to like and shuffle across. There's some parts where there's you step down, some rocks go tumbling, but luckily the ground doesn't give way completely. Most of you all are totally fine. Tremayne gets to this part where she has to walk across that wall, and whether it be her equipment, her armor, her weaponry on her back, just kind of gives like too much of mass to be on this walkway, and you start hearing this crumbling of underneath, and then Tremayne quickly starts sliding down the rock face. Did anybody want to do anything as you all see Tremayne start to tumble down out of... This isn't a super far drop, but it will hurt. So...
She's fine.
Just let me go.
This is maybe like a 40-50 foot drop that's going sliding down. This is a new day. Yeah,
okay,
it's
you slept.
Yeah, you slept. Yeah, this is the start of a
Okay.
new day. And this is like right after you all ate like breakfast and stuff like that. So
Okay. I will cast.
Just let me go. It's all good. I'll get down there faster than anybody else.
Do you not want me to catch you?
Tremayne probably falls and is just like, yeah.
now again, this isn't like a straight fall. This is sliding across rocks.
Yeah, she probably tries to like get on her knees and be like, yeah, I'm going.
I feel like
So I'm not actually falling, so like Featherfall wouldn't help me.
I would not say Featherfall would help. Because you're more like, you start, this first like drop is probably like 10 feet, and then you hit a slope, and you go, and you just start
Oh,
tumbling like.
okay, so then
I wasn't gonna cast Featherfall. I was gonna cast
So,
something else.
I'm gonna
but
say,
I
like-
don't have enough
No, if
time.
you-
I'm gonna be like, last one to the bottom is a rotten basilisk. Just
Oh, 'cause I
No,
was
if you
gonna
wanna-
cast on you, so you go nowhere.
Oh my god.
I'm just gonna let it happen because clearly Victoria wants this, so I'll just let it go.
You start to cast something and Dumka loses his balance and grabs your wrist. It's like, ah!
messes up your casting.
Ah.
So, Tremayne, you will take a total of 15 bludgeoning damage as you land 10 feet down after this small crack on this ledge gives way, hitting the ground, rolling to your knees and your back, and then just start tumbling, and you just start seeing Tremayne flip over and over again down to the base of this base of the mountain. So, also,
Are you
as-
okay?
as you all are standing out, getting out to the more, seeing what the weather and the atmosphere and all that kind of stuff is like out here, there is a very overcast look of this area. It just seems like it always has this. It seems like it has this ominous presence about it. And as you all get down to the base of the mountain, you all start to notice that there is rusted weapons, there's ramshackled monuments, there's different kinds of like old rusted armor, sporadically marking the of just across this battlefield. There you see some like some of those the spears with like the flags on it and stuff like that. You see some of that kind of stuff that is long weathered and you can't make out what was on them, or like even the colors of like dulled and grayed. And you do see 3 skeletal remains of titans that are kind of just on the ground, hunched over certain parts that also leave like a cast of shadow on this area. It is very dusty. There's not much much plant life here. Almost no sign of any kind of animals, and it is just a very gloom and creepy place to be in.
This
But
is so cool.
every couple of minutes, the wind will hear howling, almost sounding like almost sounding like people like crying across the wind, but then it goes away, and it just has that unnatural, undead, just bad feeling vibe about it. But you all you head down this path, are able to catch up to Tremayne, which is now just sitting up against the base of the mountain, kind of dusting off this dust. And Tremayne is actually covered in this gray, like the worst dust covered, like shelf or anything like that you all have seen. Basically, Tremayne is covered in that kind of thing. It is just gross, and Tremayne's you're trying to dust some of it off. You get most of it off, but
is it dirt?
No, it's not dirt.
But is it like earth?
It's human ashes.
Oh, oop.
No. This does not look like any kind of like earthy texture. I mean, it might be like mixed in a little bit, but a good majority of this is not
Oh
earth.
god.
So
I think I was right.
Was right.
yeah, y'all meet up at the base of the mountain.
Well, that took you guys long enough. I think there's... Is it dust on my tongue?
Depends with your mouth open.
Probably.
Then sure, you probably got mouth.
You're probably smearing it on your tongue. worse. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Don't. Okay.
Are you alright?
Yeah,
I'm not going to heal you, but
I don't need
are you
healing.
alright?
I'm fine. I told you that the last one down here was a rotten basilisk, and I was not gonna be a rotten basilisk.
The last time you said you didn't need healing, you died.
Oh.
But I didn't need healing, and I don't need healing now. I was fine.
When do you need healing?
I don't. I'm fine.
Reksha will just go and grab her by the back of the collar of her armor and pull her up to her feet.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
you see as Tremayne like is lifted up, has left like an imprint on the ground from where she fell, almost like a kind of like a snow outline, but
Oh my god.
that's how thick this like dust is on this ground. Where you all leave, you've noticed as you all have coming down the path when you got to the base and you walked over to Tremayne, you all have left footprints in this.
Walking on the moon.
Oh, I can stop us from doing that if we want.
Oh. So,
If we want to do that.
Why don't we save it for if we think we'll need it?
it's a good thing to remember, though. Dumka's like, as he's walking, he's like picking through the like piles of armor. I know it's all destroyed, but he just finds it
Sure,
fun.
yeah.
He picks up like a gauntlet.
To be fair, this is Matty, and like this is like prime territory, so I feel like she's gonna cast detect magic as we walk.
Yeah, you can do that.
So,
In case there's some cool like relics here that
Mhm.
she's not aware of. That's like she's on high alert.
Anybody else?
Will use my hold on, racials. I will use my merge with stone and make it so that there's pass without a trace, except this isn't really stone, so it just looks like the bony ash stuff just like blows over our steps as we walk. I don't know. I cast pass without a trace is the point.
All right. Yeah, you can do that. So if there's any stealth checks we do, you all get to add plus 10 to it. Talk amongst yourselves for a second. I gotta look one thing up really quickly.
I'm going to be honest. Looking around, I find it hard to believe that there are any plants for us to retrieve out here.
Well, you'd be very surprised the type of environments these type of plants can grow in. Some are very arid. That's how you get the most potent stuff.
Now, why would you blow on that?
It was dusty.
No, it's
Don't put it.
Anyway, I suppose you are right. But I can't be the only one here who has picked up on the massive undeath vibe hanging in the air. That was more what I was referring to.
yeah.
Yeah, but that's where you find the best stuff.
I don't know if I would agree with that.
Have you searched before?
No, but I am a cleric.
And I'm an artificer, so we're good.
What are you going to say, Tremayne? You opened your mouth.
Oh,
Or do you just have more dust?
Well, I was just kind of going to ask Beckett if he's ever been to a place like this, since he's very well traveled compared to me, and maybe
Have I?
Reksha.
I'm sorry, what was that?
If you're done looking stuff up anyway.
What was the question?
Would I have been to any place even remotely like this before?
Nothing jumps out in your mind, unfortunately.
Okay.
No.
No, I would have to say this is an entirely new experience for me.
Pull like a halberd out of the ground.
I guess it is good to know that places like this are few and far between.
Yeah, they can be really hard to find.
It would
So
be
we-
rather alarming if it
incredible.
wasn't.
Yeah.
True.
Maybe you should stop playing. See, here's the thing, Dumka,
It
is that,
broke.
like, here's the thing. So, like, the spell that I used can stop our footprints from showing up, but if you pick stuff up and move it around, and you throw it, and you write Dumka was here in the ashes, I can't help
I didn't do that last part. But it's cool. There's all the armor and the weapons, and it was a big battle, and there's giant dead
Right,
things.
but, like,
It's cool.
Can you, like, maybe wait until we're, like, further away from the place that we need to go back to sleep so that people don't immediately, like, see that and then look up and say, like, oh, wow, people are staying there.
Sounds like a funeral.
She's right.
Because that's kind of why, like, I cast this here so that we don't have too many footprints that are, like, basically a path directly leading to the lair.
Fine.
Okay.
That's Dumka on the back.
We pick back up where you all had this conversation, and you cast Pass Without Trace, you cast Detect Magic. Is anybody else doing anything else that I did not hear or remember?
I cast Pout.
Pout, okay, pouting. Dumka is very good at
Very
pouting.
effective.
Beckett or Reksha, did you all want to do anything as you all are traveling through this area?
No.
No, not right now. I'm good.
Alrighty. So, you all continue traveling. You all did get descriptions and of these plants that you are looking for, and you weren't, because Sashay hasn't really spent like almost any time down here, so they didn't really know where to find them. They just know that they're down here.
Mm-hmm.
So you all quickly just start looking around, trying to locate whatever kind of plant life that you all see. As you all are traveling through, you're unfortunately not picking up anything magical as of yet. The Pass Without Trace is helping with the footprints, so you all aren't leaving a telling sign of movement through here, which is a good thing. And are you all trying to be stealthy, or are you all just moving through here with just trying to find these things as fast as possible and get out?
So, I have maybe this will help answer that question, but, like, is it just,
Yep.
like, complete silence here? Like, other than, like, the wind?
Other than the wind picking up, and you'll hear, like, the flags that are hanging from some of these, like, flagpoles that, like, they whip up in the wind. You'll
But,
hear
like, no
that.
natural sounds,
No,
like animals,
yeah, like-
plants, bugs, kind of, like...
There is an absence of any kind of animals that you all would, think you would find.
And
Almost
there's, like,
no
not
living
really...
life.
There's no, like, trees
at all.
either, so is it just, like,
No
wind,
trees.
like, howling through these,
Yeah,
like...
it's basically
Yeah,
you're
that's
walking
creepy.
through a elephant boneyard almost is what the like feel of this area is. So
Then I am trying to be stealthy.
okay.
I feel like
So-
Maddie's also trying to be stealthy and trying not to disturb too much, but
Mhm.
I would also like to do perception checks on top of stealth, if possible.
Okay, sure, yeah, you can do that. So everybody go ahead and make me a stealth check if everybody's being stealthy. Also, so you said you're doing perception. I also need someone to make a survival check for me.
I'll do
I can
it.
do that.
Oh.
Oh, you
And
got
y'all
it.
can both
You
do
do
it
it.
if you all want. You all can both make one, or you can help one another. It's up to you all.
I'll help you.
Yo, why? Oh no, I'm at this a bit.
It's okay. You probably still do better than my stealth.
I didn't.
Which
roll-
makes sense. He's not trying too hard.
Yeah, you're still pouting.
I got a 17 with the plus 10 from Pass Without Trace.
Okay.
I got
15.
14 with the plus 10.
Oh,
15 with the plus 10.
Okay, hold on. Let me write these down because these are lower than I thought they were gonna be. Alright, so hold on. 14, 15, 17.
Wow.
Other two? 12. Okay.
Oh,
And Reksha, you said you
I
were
thought
gonna
I
give
rolled
me...
that. I rolled a 10 plus 4 plus 10, so like 24.
Okay, 24.
Reksha,
Gotcha.
you said you were gonna
That
give
was
me
bad.
Yep.
advantage.
I mean, there's like nothing to hide behind, I guess.
True,
So like,
that is very true.
we're just like crouch walking.
And perception is also a
15.
15 survival? Okay.
Mhm.
What was your perception?
14. Same roll as
14.
myself.
All right, let me do something really quickly.
Did Fredbo just shit again?
Probably.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
He's not having it
I'm gonna
today.
drop kick him. No, I'm gonna he's gonna have it, or I'm going to abuse him.
Punch him in the throat. It's fine.
What the hell? Punch him. Make him swallow a fist.
All right. So, you said you had a perception check of what? Wait, where did she go?
I'm here.
Okay.
14.
14.
Yeah.
14. Okay. I gotta make another roll. Okay. So, you all are heading through this very creepy place looking for these plants, and you're traveling. You're actually starting to get to under one of these titan skeletons that is just overhanging most of the area here. So you're starting to walk underneath them. Matty, you do start to notice something move, barely, out of the corner of your eye, off to your right. There is some kind of movement that seems to has caught your attention, or you have caught their attention, and these things have what looks like to be just like a cloak moving across the ground, and you see about 3 of them. They don't seem to be doing anything, but they are following you.
I will whisper to my party. I think we have company 3 to the right. Cloaks.
As
Excuse me.
Matty points them out, you do see these cloaks hovering. It's really hard to make out because it's like they're almost using this kind of like dust thing to conceal their whatever their form is, and there's just like this like cloak, this really raggy, dingy cloak that is just kind of hovering across top of the thing. And as you all stop, they stop. But since Matty has seen them following, she points them out to you all, and you all do see them. Again, they're not doing anything. They're just standing there watching.
How far off are they?
Probably about 50 feet.
Oh, okay.
Not super close, but close enough to keep an eye.
It doesn't look like people in cloaks. It looks like just cloaks.
You know, I don't.
Double.
Can we just like go away from them?
Can I blast them? A little electric offense.
I think we should at least be on guard. I don't think it's smart to engage. At least not until we know where our ingredients are.
Alright, I'll keep this loaded then.
I think keeping an eye on them is a good idea and being prepared. And I pull out my gun and I'm just gonna.
Yeah, that's what I was doing. I was
Okay.
doing your gun thing.
Yeah,
Don't make
I
it
see you do
fingers.
the gun thing and I pull out my gun. I'm like,
Yeah.
you have the right idea, but let's not. Maybe
Oh,
they're
yeah.
friendly. Maybe they're just
Okay.
protectors of this battlefield. We don't want to disturb them.
Alright, well,
Unless they try to kill you and then you blow their faces off if they have any.
okay.
Okay.
If I was like a little flower plant thing, where would I grow when there's nowhere to grow?
Probably somewhere dark with crevices.
Doesn't ash make the soil very rich? Perhaps we
know.
should be looking in places where it's a bit ashy.
Gestures around to everywhere. We're kind of covered in it.
Is there any moisture at all in this area, or is it completely dry and arid?
From what you can tell, you can't feel any kind of moisture. You think if you were to stay in this area long enough, your skin would just completely dry out and start cracking and all that kind of stuff.
Ew.
Wouldn't be good for someone's.
What happens
skin,
if we
so.
like push the layer of ash off of like the ground? Like, is there dirt under there?
Yeah, you push it across, and it's what you would think with this dry area. There is dirt, there's ground. You're walking on like the earth, but it is riddled with cracks. You can actually, like, some of the stronger people can actually just like put their hand and like find a hole and pull out like just a clump of dirt that's just all like really dry. You can like crunch it into your hand and it just falls.
And you said that we're like surrounded by like dilapidated like buildings and stuff, and like
there's a whole bunch of different kinds of there is you got the gigantic skeleton remains, of course, of the Titans. There is a whole bunch of like rusty weapons, armor. There's ramshackle monuments across the place that have like just been destroyed from a battle. Like you explore a couple ruins here and there, but like there's not any
big
kind
are those
of
remains.
They are like gigantic. Yeah, they're Titans.
Maybe.
So
my suggestion would be elevation. Maybe we go check that out.
They might be using the bodies of the Titans as food.
Yeah.
Yeah, things grow on dead bodies all the time.
That's probably the best place to start at the very least.
Oh yes, I want to go look at that.
Yeah, me too. I mean, it's just convenient that it would probably be the most likely spot for anything to grow, but also for fucking cool.
It's also like really big dead things.
Yeah, let's go.
Just remember what we're doing this for.
How could I forget? My neck is always so itchy.
Alright, so is the plan to try and get on one of these Titan skeletons? Is that what you're trying to do, or
make our way over there? Yeah, make it our way.
Sure. All right. Yeah, you start heading in that direction. Matty keeping an eye on the things that are following. They still follow you, and as you all are creeping your way through this wasteland, these three individuals actually start to separate.
Ooh.
One seems to be following you right in the back, like right from behind. But then they flank you all. One's on the left, one's on the right, and they just again they're just following. No aggressive behavior yet.
50 feet.
No, staying about the same distance. I mean, they might get closer a little bit and then fall back. It varies, but about around 50 feet. Yeah, you all head to where you think you could climb up onto one of these giant skeletons. Is that what you all? Just gonna climb up on them, or
I will. I'll put my back to like wherever Matty seems like she's going. I'll put my back to it and like kind of do a wall sit and like put my hand onto my knee and say, "Okay, who's going up?"
Me.
All right.
Matty, can you also go up, please?
Of course. I'm not gonna. No, this is prime territory. I have to go up.
Hold on, Matty.
Ladies first.
Maddie, come over here. I don't.
Okay, I go up.
Hold on, I grab Maddie and I make her come over so I can whisper something.
Yep.
Maddie, don't let him like jump up and down and break a hole in one of them or something like that.
You think he'd do that?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I'll make sure he doesn't.
Okay.
I thought it was common knowledge not to destroy like ancient relics.
I don't have common knowledge.
If it's common knowledge, Dumka does not have it.
Oh, okay.
Dumka doesn't even have much knowledge, period, unless it has to do with money and nice clothes. Okay, boost.
Zipping in his face, he's got 7 intelligence.
Yeah, true. I forgot about that.
Put your foot into my hand. Dude,
Children are smarter than me.
Lift.
Go ahead and make an athletics check with advantage for me. You
okay. I'm gonna use one of my new dice that was from, I think this is from the Wormwood Kickstarter with the spell, but I swear to God, if I roll a 1, Okay, bro, that's not looking good. These dice are... Oh, that fell out. That doesn't count.
I rolled a 16, but I don't
Okay.
get anything to it because I'm not strong.
Okay.
Victoria?
So I rolled a 3 and a 2 at advantage. So
Okay.
with a 3, that's an 11.
Okay, well, you
No,
only needed a 10.
12. It's a 12.
You only needed a 10, so you're fine.
Bro, what is happening?
I weigh 120 pounds. It's fine.
You give a lift to Matty. Matty, you're able to find purchase onto these bones, and they do have a whole bunch of holes in them that it's either from just being here for such a long time that decay is starting to actually take some of the bones, like make holes in them or whatever it may be.
Like weather erosion.
Yeah, but you're able to get up on top of this what looks to be probably close to like at one of the spines of one of these titans.
Oh, shit.
And you're up top. Dumka, you're going up there too, right?
I'm being gentle as I climb because I don't
Yes.
want to destroy ancient.
Go ahead and make another athletics check for me.
Alright, I'm rolling the big boy.
Is Dumka making one?
No, just Tremayne. With advantage.
I can't fucking deal with this. That's a 3 and a 6, so that's a 15
Again,
with my
only needed
athletics
10.
modifier.
You're strong!
You only needed a 10, so you also hoist
This is the
Dumka
start
up
of
there.
my villain arc, you guys.
Dumka, you basically follow Matty exactly. You find the
Claws.
holes. Yeah, and you climb up.
He's also using his claws, so he's like...
Oh yeah, you could totally make your own holes if you really wanted to.
Gentle.
It's a bone! Of like a really strong thing. It's fine.
Dumka.
Reksha is probably gonna go up last because he wants to watch these cloaks and make sure he sees what they're doing,
Okay.
just in case they try to like beeline for an ambush.
Tremayne, are you wanting to stay at the bottom, or are you all gonna climb up too?
I'm gonna stay down here so I can keep an eye on these
Okay.
things, but I will give a boost to anybody else who wants one, even though my dice tell me I shouldn't.
Beckett, did you want to stay down here, or do you want to go up on the bones also?
No, he'll stay here.
Okay. So,
Bone team!
Matty and Dumka, why don't you go ahead and make me
Where's the
a
bones
perception check for me.
Hell yeah.
Oh yeah.
2.
Okay.
He's like, that's a bone!
Pretty good. Pretty good. Pretty good. Oh, I only have a +1, so it's an 18.
All right. So you all start walking across this large bone structure. And this is the largest bone that you all have ever seen. And as you all are walking across, Dumka, you actually aren't necessarily paying attention, and you don't do much damage to it. But as you step down, you step in one of these holes, and just starts to crumble. Your foot kind of gets stuck in it. You're not falling or anything, but your foot kind of gets stuck. You have to take a second or so, and then you pull your foot back out, and you left this foot-size hole.
Gentle.
I just...
That's not gentle. That's the opposite.
I'm just walking, Matty! I'm just... Why are you saying I'm fat? It's a giant bone!
And Matty, as Dumka is doing all this, you've been down to check this hole that Dumka's made, and surprisingly enough, there's actually this what looks to be mushroom-like plant inside this small hole that was here that Dumka made bigger.
I grab Dumka's ankle and make sure he doesn't press on it and he move it off to the side.
Dumka definitely crushed one of them, so that's unfortunate. But you are able to find these what you were described as the giant cloves are these big mushrooms that seem to be just growing a part of these Titan remains.
I was right!
Didn't Beckett suggest that one?
I typed it in the chat first.
Oh, I didn't see. I don't have the chat open.
What happened?
I said maybe
Beckett
they're growing
suggested
out of
going to the Titans and Dylan just went, I was right. I was like,
Oh, I didn't even see the chat.
Beckett said that. Nah.
Oh, I thought Beckett said it because Dumka was too dumb to say it. But yeah, I was like, maybe they're growing out of the Titans.
No, we just had the same
You're
idea.
both right.
About this
You're both
time,
right.
seeing how only 3 people were left down at the bottom, these 3 cloaks are starting to make their way closer. You all have seen these things coming. However,
Beckett's turning and he's watching him.
I'm gonna need everybody to make a initiative for me.
Bro, wait,
Well,
what?
I could not think
Already?
of anything.
You were like saying
Yeah,
make
I
an
don't know,
make. I was like,
Hold up,
blanking on
wait.
this. You all have we're going into initiative as these things are starting to slowly move towards you and then just start to sprint at the 3 people that are still on the bottom.
I rolled a net 20.
wait, hold on. Wait, so you're telling me that they're just like
Yeah. Well, as these things get closer, they start to raise from the ground, and it's like their limbs are folding out of each other, to where they were crawling on all 4s, but they're standing on 2 legs. They're humanoid,
Oh!
and they made themselves very small. I'll give you more description of that here in a second. Matty, what did you say you had?
I just rolled a nat 20 plus 4.
So 24. All right. Tremayne?
13.
13.
It was my only double-digit roll.
18.
Okay.
18. And Beckett.
5.
Nice.
Mhm.
All right.
What about me?
You automatically did it. Because you used D&D
'Cause I used
for
D&D
me.
Beyond.
Yeah, it automatically. You roll a 3.
Yeah, I did.
All right. So
I'm just enjoying it.
the 3 people at the base, you see these bipedal creatures with these long thin arms and really long fingers, very is it gout, it's like really
Gaunt.
thank you, yes.
Mhm.
And as this creature looks up, you see a very low hanging mouth that just looks like basically the Mummy. Remember the Mummy movie where the mummy's mouth goes all the way down?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it's basically
Yeah.
like that. All 3 of these creatures are like that. They have very like almost like a granite or like very like grayish skin that looks really
Gross.
unnatural. They have this tattered cloak and they have a little hunch to them as they're standing there. I'll send you all a picture. So it's all right.
You know,
That is what you all see running towards you all. It's in the maps and picture section.
I know what that is.
Oh,
Oh, no.
I know what that
And
is too.
There's 3 of them running towards you all.
Bro, one of those almost killed my Tuesday character.
Oh
No.
That being said, Matty, you
Uh-huh.
are up first.
Uh-huh.
You are currently in the middle of looking through this and collecting this giant clove.
Yep.
That you and Reksha, or not, no, you and Dumka have found, and you see out of the corner of your eye that these 3 cloaked figures have started to basically just charge the other group. I want to say these things are probably about 60 feet away from you all, because you all had to move up the spine of the Titan a little bit, and you're also up in the air a little bit too. So
Mhm.
they're about 60 or so feet away from you. Yeah. What would you like to do?
Well, since I already have my gun out, just in
Mm-hmm.
caseies,
I'm just gonna with one hand still holding the clove, I'm just gonna reach up with my right and kind of just let off a fire bolt through my arcane pistol.
Sure.
It's just like, what?
Go ahead and make a attack roll for me.
That is a dirty 20 to hit.
That hits.
That is. Nope. What's the wrong thing? Oh, that is 18 damage. Rolled pretty damn good.
So, your firebolt shot out of your pistol makes contact with this thing and just shakes it off. It seems like it left a mark, but it seems like it didn't do as much as you were hoping it would.
Wait, it added an extra +5 because of my savant ability. Extra +5 damage.
So
I
an
don't know
extra
if that
+5.
helps.
Okay. I mean, it still does it does an extra 2.
Okay.
This thing is resistant to fire damage.
Noted. That means for my bonus action, it's not really a bonus action, but she's going to change the cartridge on her gun.
Okay. Sure. So you're gonna do anything else there? That's it.
I think that's all
move?
I have. No, I'm gonna stay up here and
Okay.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
get
you're about
in front
60.
of the clothes and hopefully
Mhm.
protect it. Pocket the one I already had in my hand and
Okay.
just be like, mine.
Gotcha. Reksha, it is now your turn. However, this is within 30 feet of you. I need you to make a Constitution saving throw for me.
Oh shit.
Okay. 30-20.
Okay. You're good on that one. I need you to make 2 more.
Okay. Natural 20 for 22.
Yep, you're good.
And 17 plus 2 for 19.
You're good. It seems as you turn to look at these creatures, you see that in their eyes, it's just a void. And it seems like you feel some kind of pulling of your essence, maybe your soul, whatever it may be. It just seems like something is attracting you to it. But
Down. Okay. I'm going to try to, because I don't know if I want to use that spell yet. I'm just gonna channel divinity and use, let's see. Right. The turn undead.
Okay. What does that save?
It should be a turn undead.
Is it wisdom?
Yeah, I think it's a wisdom save, and the DC is 16.
Okay. And what does this effect do? I forget what turn undead does.
If it fails the save, they must immediately, on their turn, I think, they have to basically get as far away from me as possible.
Okay.
If they are underneath challenge rating 1, I believe, at this point, they instantly die
They're not
if
under.
they fail.
They're not under.
I know they're not, but I'm just stating it.
Okay.
Yeah, but the 20 skeletons underneath you all destroy themselves.
So that is a 20, a 17, and a 10.
Okay, so one of them fails.
I do have a question for you. Is this a fear effect?
I think it does what Frighten does, but I don't believe
I
it
don't
is
believe
feared.
it's a fear
Because
effect.
most undead can't be feared, but
Yeah.
turn undead is.
Okay.
Yeah, a
So
turn
one.
creature, yeah.
Okay. So one is under the effect of your turn undead. Then.
Yeah, they
That's your-
spend their it spends its turn trying to move as far away from me as it can, and it can't willingly move into a space within 30 feet of me. It can't
Gotcha.
and it can't take reactions. For its action, it can only use the dash action to try to escape from an effect that prevents it from moving. If there's nowhere to move, it can dodge.
Gotcha.
Yeah, turn undead is specifically not a fear effect. It's a turn,
Yeah.
which is sick.
Did you want to do anything else with your turn?
Actually, yeah, I can, because I didn't use a spell. I used Channel Divinity. I will bonus action cast Spiritual Weapon at 2nd level, and I'm gonna bonk one of the ones that didn't fail. Probably the one that got a 20, because fuck that guy.
Okay.
So I'll make an attack roll. Natural 20 for a 28.
Yeah, that hits.
And a total of, that's cocked, 13 force damage.
You said, what was it, 13?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, as you make contact with your spiritual weapon on this thing, it takes the brunt of it, and you would think with the like its bones being so thin that it would just crumble underneath the weight. However, it just stands right back up. You kind of hear a crack of like probably one of its limbs being like put back into place, but it is still standing there. All right, did you want to move?
They're not in melee with me, so I'll just back up a little bit for it to get closer to the bones.
Okay, yeah, you can back up. You're about you can. I mean, you can move your whole 30 feet if you want, or do you want to stay close to Tremayne?
I want to stay close to my friends.
Okay, so Tremayne and Beckett are about 30 feet away from these creatures. You back up maybe what 10, 15 feet?
Yeah.
Still within. Okay. It is one of these creatures' turns. Let me see who it goes after.
It goes after its friend. Aha, they're also enemies of each other.
Unfortunately, it does not. It is going to run up and read real fast. Okay. It moves up and it moves unnaturally fast as this thin the thin legs just carry it, and it starts to run towards Beckett. However, it turns to Saren and is going to attack Saren because I rolled for Saren, and Saren was the one that got chosen.
Bitch!
So they are going to make a fist attack against Saren.
Her AC is 17.
Yeah, that's an 11. So
17 or 18, something like that.
That's an 11. So that misses as it runs up and tries to just like basically haymaker Saren in the jaw and just completely whiffs and goes into the dirt and
I almost
stands
said,
back
don't punch
up.
someone's dog. Don't just run up to somebody and punch their dog.
Saren's a little bit more than a dog.
I
would say,
know,
you know.
I know. But it's like,
But-
that's like the vibe I got.
That will end its turn. And I will say, Reksha, I forgot to say that you feel like if you were to avert your eyes, this effect of this gaze, whatever it was, would not affect you on continuous turns.
Okay.
So something to keep in mind. If you wanted to tell the group that, you can. I forgot to mention that. So would that be something that you wanted to tell the group, or?
Yeah, it would probably be like, looking at it does not feel good. Don't do that.
Okay, so Tremayne, it is your turn. You have the choice. Do you want to avert your eyes with the information Reksha just gave you, or not?
I kind of want to see what's gonna happen. Also, that means I'm gonna roll a fucking 1 on all of my attacks. So...
You would be at disadvantage.
Hold on, let me look at my things. Because I think I have things to help myself here. No. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I am gonna look away.
Okay.
Like, I was like Tremayne was about to be looking, and then here's that, and it's like, ah! And we'll run up and hit, whichever one hits Saren.
Yeah, you could easily get over to the one that hits. It's only like 10 feet away from you, so.
And I'm gonna use a precision attack.
Okay.
And that means I can expend a superiority die and add it to the roll before or after, but before the effects are applied. Well, if I need it, I'm gonna add it.
Yeah.
I'm probably gonna need it
Gotcha.
because my rolls are ass right now. Bro, tell me why on a I roll a nat 20 on a freaking disadvantage along with an 8. So, oh, that's an 18 to hit. I'm not gonna do that. I'm just gonna do an 18. I'm not making it a thing, but I am gonna make it a goading attack. Instead, which means that I'm gonna expend a superiority die to add the total to the damage roll. So I need this boy and I need this boy. 13 points of slashing damage, and it's magical because I have a thingy. And, oh, no. Shit. Okay. Okay, so it's 15 total.
Okay, 15 total.
And they need to make a wisdom saving throw.
Okay, wisdom saving throw. That's a natural 20.
Never mind.
However, you slash into the back of this thing and actually cut part of its cloak off, and this thing is just almost looks like it's made of like really tough leather, almost like stone, like skin texture to this thing.
Can I like
not
see its
pleasant.
body, just not its face?
Yeah, no, you can see its face. It's got a hood of it, but
But
it's
if
just
I'm
its
looking
back's
away,
turned to it.
if I'm, like,
Its
looking-
back is turned to you.
Okay.
So
Yo, is its butt out right now?
actually, yeah, it is. Got a little bony butt.
I'm gonna hit it again.
All right, go right ahead.
Okay. So this one I'm going to make a precision attack
Okay.
because that was a 2 plus 10 is 12, and so that I need to add a d8 to my attack roll.
Oh,
I
no.
literally can't roll over a 2 right now. So that is 14 total to hit.
Unfortunately, that misses.
Shaking and crying.
You can't add the precision to that one.
That
No,
is
that's what
with
she
the
did.
precision.
Oh, that.
She rolled.
I rolled a 2 on the precision die after rolling
What
a
was your
2 on my
total?
d20. 14.
How close is Tremayne to me?
About, probably about 30 feet.
I will do Flash of Genius and add a +5 to make it hit.
Sure. That will make it
But yeah,
hit.
that would be a 19.
Mm-hmm.
Thank fuck. Oh my god. Thanks, Matty. Okay.
She lets off like a gunshot and it makes it stumble into her blade.
So
Perfect.
that is 12 points of slashing damage.
12.
Yeah.
Nice. So yeah, you leave another sizable gash in the back of this creature. Anything else?
No, that's it.
At the end of your turn, you take 5 necrotic damage from being within range of this creature.
Can I say it hurts to be just close to it?
It's giving off this unnatural aura that is just
It does not
eating
pass
away
the
at
vibe
you.
check. Do
it
not
does
come
not
near
pass
it.
the vibe check.
That's I say that, and that's the end of my turn.
Okay. So the next turn, it is this creature's turn that actually was feared. So, or well, not feared, turned, and you see it slink back into the ground basically, and you just see the cloak quickly running off in the opposite direction that it came from. It's 60 feet away from Reksha now at this point. So, which actually would be 90 feet because they were already 30 feet away from you. So yeah, they're 90 feet away from you at this point, Reksha. That is the end of its turn. So Beckett, it is now your turn.
The closest one to me.
Is the one that attacked Saren and also the one that Tremayne is attacking.
The one that attacks Saren. I'm going to do a multi-attack with my +1 sword, which
Okay.
means that it is magical.
Mm-hmm.
For all intents and purposes. And I'm also going to use my favored foe. So when I hit a creature with an attack roll, I can mark the creature as my favorite enemy for 1
Mhm.
minute, and then the first hit of every turn does an extra d6 of damage. So if I hit it, it's marked.
All right. So question: are you averting your eyes, or are you not doing that? Because Reksha did yell out to say, so you have your choice. Do you want to avert your eyes, or do you not want to?
Did I see what happened if I didn't?
Nothing took effect. Reksha just says
Okay.
looking at it is weird, kind of thing. So.
No, I'll trust Reksha. I won't
Alright.
look.
All right. So you have disadvantage on these attacks then.
Okay. The first one is a 21. I have a +10.
Yep, that hits.
And the second one is a 16.
16 hits also.
Okay. And then my apologies. I'll make sure I say this ahead of time next time, but I am doing this two-handed.
That's fine.
So the first one is 18 with that d6.
Okay, so 18 total?
Yeah, with the d6.
All
and then
right.
this, I'll do the second one now.
Sure.
The second one is 10 slashing damage.
Okay.
And then we've talked before about how you want Saren to go, like, essentially
It's right
on
after,
my turn,
yeah,
right?
it's right after
Okay.
you. So.
So she has an extra d6 to her attacks now. So there is that.
Also, how would you like to do this on that creature?
Ooh.
Minusing the wrong HP.
So that's the one that was attacking.
That was the one
Saren?
attacking Saren, yes.
So I see it attack Saren. I get mad and like overprotective, and I will do kind of a sweeping sword attack, just kind of like a spin around, and then kick it to the ground, and then stab it in its weird little face.
Perfect. Yeah, and then it's not moving. It's laying there, motionless, with you, Tremayne, and Saren all gathered around it.
I think it's dead. He yells. Saren will go for the one that Tremayne is attacking.
No, that was the one that Tremayne was attacking.
Oh, is there a different one near her?
There is one 30 feet away that hasn't moved yet.
Her movement is 40 feet, so she can get there.
Perfect.
So she will move to it and attempt.
Is she averting her eyes? Actually, she wouldn't know, would she?
No, because she can't speak. God damn it! I should have told her.
Can
Can I tell her?
Sure, if you want to tell her, you can tell her.
Okay, so just in Draconic, as she's running over, I'll say, "Don't look it in the eyes."
So she'll avert her eyes then. So
which gives her disadvantage.
Disadvantage.
With disadvantage, that probably doesn't hit. 9.
Yeah, unfortunately, that misses. Is that the end of her turn?
Yes, that is the end of her turn.
She takes 5 necrotic damage from being within 30 feet of
my
this creature.
baby. Okay.
It is now this other creature's turn. Seeing how this creature, the Saren ran right up to it, and they're just hungry. They're gonna go after Saren, or it's gonna go after Saren. So it's gonna make an attack roll. Yeah, it will go for an attack roll, and that's a natural 1. So again, this creature just does not, for some reason, cannot hit Saren, and it swings again with a fist trying to hit it, and just kind of like stumbles past it and gets back up, stands there, and that's really all it can do on its turn. So, Dumka, it's your turn.
All right. Well, Dumka thought that Matty was going to shoot him when she whipped her gun out, but he can quickly assess what's going on. I feel like the time everyone's fighting is the time that it takes him to figure out he should help. So, us up here on the bones, we're like 30 feet from our friends.
Yeah, you're about 30 feet.
Was that the distance?
Yeah, you're 30 feet from your friends, 60 feet from the creature, because it didn't move.
Okay. So then I will do a little lightning bolt at it.
Sure, and with the angle, you should be able to hit it without any issue hitting Saren or anything like that. So, that is a dexterity save, right?
It is a dexterity save. Yep. And for your amusement, Derek, this one is going to be like an Elden Ring lightning spear.
Ooh, nice. Nice. As you release this lightning bolt, it strikes the creature. However, it just basically absorbs this lightning. It seems that it is unaffected by lightning.
Now we know.
Yeah.
Now we know.
Did I get it?
So fire and lightning don't work, guys.
Well, that sucks.
Fire is like half my repertoire.
Fire and lightning is literally the only thing I can do. Well, that's not true. I can transmute things. I can transmute things now, but I can't do it right now. I will.
Bonus action?
I don't want to like burn sorcery because it would just be on a cantrip, and all I can do is throw a firebolt.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
that's
So
It does half if you hit it, yeah.
fire does half at the very least.
yeah, but I'm not. No, I'm not gonna burn two sorcery. I'm not gonna burn two sorcery points for
Okay,
like 5
okay.
damage. God, I do so much lightning. He's just gonna sit there.
Alright. So it's the end of Dumka's turn. We're back up to Matty.
Okay.
Fudge.
Well, I don't have lightning in my repertoire anyways, but I changed the cartridge, and
Okay.
you can see that the guns, like calligraphy on the gun start to grow like this sickening, like neon green. And she's technically casting acid arrow
Okay.
through her gun.
Sure, is this a attack roll?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, natural 20 each. Natural 20.
Alright.
That's a lot of
Well-
damage.
This is... What type of damage is this?
Acid.
Okay, so go ahead and roll damage.
Hang on. Let me write these down because I will forget. I need better dice. These dice are hard to see. Okay. That is. 28 acid damage.
Yeah, this arrow, it collides with this thing, this creature, and basically just completely dissolves one of its arms off of its body. It's still standing, not looking all that great, but it's still standing there. Do anything else?
No, I think I'm gonna keep this cartridge. That seemed to be effective, so I don't know if any of you have acid, but it works.
Reksha, it would be your turn then. The only one left is the one that is standing by Saren, that just had its arm shot off of its body. So, because the other one is again like 90 feet away from you. So,
First level guiding bolt, I guess.
all right, sure, guiding bolt.
I want to avert my eyes, so if
Okay.
you want me to make the save.
Oh, you're not averting?
No.
Okay, yeah, go ahead and do that for me. It's a Constitution save.
16.
16 is fine.
And
You
then
feel the same like pull from this creature, but it's not having any effect on you.
I'm a cleric, bitch.
I will say I did forget to do it, but to be fair, on the first round you shouldn't have had to make 3, but I did forget to do this last time. You do take 8 necrotic damage, as this it does leave me like a lasting effect on you. So that was I forgot about it on the first round, but I should have also made you make 3, so it's fine.
16 to hit.
Oh yeah, that hits.
Cool. 6, 10, 13, 18 radiant damage.
And how you want to do this?
I'm just gonna. I see its arm get blasted off, and I wait for it to reel towards me, and then he just kind of flicks his maul and shoots off a blast of light that hits it directly in the head and blasts its head off.
Yeah, and as the dust settles from this creature's torso, it just falls backwards, and Saren is just standing there over top of this creature now that's unmoving in the dust. So we are out of combat because this other one is just going to keep running away. So
Bye, bitch.
we're back to you all searching for plants. You all found the Titan's clove up on, or the Giant's clove up on the Titan's remains.
Bro, I can't believe
What would y'all
Derek
like to
made
do?
those Bodax dog killers. Like, come on.
No, and they're not, because they didn't hit Saren at all. What do you mean? And the dice rolled what they rolled. So
Dumka kind of leans over at Matty and is like, I'm just swinging misses today. Ah. Okay,
That's
so
fine.
if there's more of those, what did you shoot them with?
Acid.
Acid.
And mine's really potent, so I've been meaning to use it as my new brew. I'm so excited that it worked.
He kind of like, can you show me the cartridge?
Yeah, I'll take it out and hand it to you.
There's a stopper, so it won't burn you.
He kind of like flexes his arm a little bit and makes some of his scales turn from blue to black, and he goes, okay, I could do that. I can do that. Okay.
That's really cool. See, don't doubt yourself. You have the ability.
I got to think of it first.
I can help you with that. I'm gonna take it.
Oh, everyone! I broke a hole in it, but there's mushrooms inside. I think we found one of the. Is it one of the things?
Yeah.
He says to me, it's one of the things. So one of two.
How many was I able to collect aside from the one that Dumka crushed?
He didn't mention that
good
part.
question.
Scrapes the heel of his boot.
You are able to actually collect 4 of them from this this hole that Dumka left with his foot is a very sizable hole. So you're able to collect 4 from this one.
I'm also gonna try and dig up like the roots of them as well for my own purposes, just to like for funsies.
Well, the roots are like they're basically growing directly out.
Oh, they're
of
right
the,
attached.
They're attached to the bone. There's no
Awesome.
like dirt or anything up here. That's just
Cool.
growing out of the bone.
Take it all.
Sure.
Do you all need help getting down, or do you need to like look for more up there?
I mean, I'd like to look for more if possible. I think the more we have, the more options we have.
We want at least enough to do the ritual for each lifeblood, right? In case everyone has one.
Did we ask how many we needed?
It's basically one ingredient is per one ritual. So you need, if you want one for each of the lifeblood, you have 4. So you're gonna need at least 4 of them.
Well, I still want to look for more. I'm gonna.
Okay. Yeah, you can.
Should I kick another hole in it?
No. Gentle.
Okay. Gently
How long do you want to spend searching for more of these things?
Until I find another one.
You're gonna find multiple. That's what I'm like. How many of these do you want to collect? Is basically determines how long it takes you all to keep searching for these things.
Get like a dozen would be nice, or even a baker's dozen. At least 6 to 12 would be nice for Matty. Like stock.
Okay, so let's say you already have 4. So if you can spend 2 hours out here searching.
Okay.
I want to say, and you could probably find 12 of them. Not really that hard to find because it's you get to look for those holes. Now
Unless
they're not
someone
like
stops me, Maddie's gonna do until she finds a dozen.
Yeah, they're not like abundant. Like they're not in every hole that you will find, but you can. There's tons of skeletal remains here of this Titan. So like you can find more and more as you
Do I
go on.
find
It just
anything
takes some
other
time.
than these, or these are like the primary thing that's growing here?
Unfortunately, out of these remains, it seems like this is the only thing.
Okay.
However, the three at the bottom, as while they're doing that, Dumka, did you want to do anything while you were just helping Matty, or do you want to do anything else?
Does Matty want help
If
from
you're
Dumka?
gentle.
I'll try. I'll stay up and help her.
Sure.
Okay.
So yeah, you all are helping. You're helping Matty. The three at the bottom. What would you all like to do as they're continuing their excavation up at top?
Tremayne will probably like walk around the skull so that she's on the other side of the skeleton, so that they have like people flanking the people up at the top, just in case another like weird thing comes over.
Okay.
Just that they're like covered, and I'm keeping an eye out.
Gotcha. Just make a perception check for me.
I don't even think I should bother. I really don't even think it's worth rolling a dice.
This is when you roll a natural 20, you know?
Wow, I rolled double digits. Hold on. That's a 12 because I rolled a 14.
Okay. Yeah, I'll keep that in mind. Reksha, Beckett, anything?
If he's needed for anything, like if he's needed to like pick something up, or if he's needed to keep an eye out for something, or if he's needed to track something, he'll help. But if he's not, he's probably just following someone, Matty,
Okay.
I guess, making sure she's okay and none of the other Bodaks show up again.
Sure. Reksha?
Mostly just keeping an eye out.
Okay. I will say, Beckett, with your survival check I had you make earlier, with that, after the combat ended, you were going around checking these bodies just to make sure that they were dead, you know. And you start to notice that there is something almost looks kind of almost like a worm or something, kind of wiggling out of the ground and like going around these creatures' legs.
How big of
However,
a worm?
Closer look, this is almost like a vine.
Okay.
And then as you're thinking about it more and more, it has a small little flower on it. Only sign of plant life that you've seen the whole entire time that you've been here. And it looks like a little lily.
A little what?
A little lily. And it looks really out of place here. But you see it start to wrap itself around, like slowly starting to wrap itself around the foot of one of these creatures.
He'll crouch down to look at it.
Yeah, you just crouch down, take a look, you move some of the dust, and it seems like it's growing out of one of these cracks. And it seems like it's attracted to whatever this body is. And it is slowly just wrapping itself around. You haven't noticed anything out of outside of it just wrapping itself around this. It hasn't started doing anything else. But if you want to make a nature check or survival check or something like that.
Yeah. I can do that.
And this does resemble the description. Whatever you want to do.
I'll do survival. I have proficiency in that.
This does have the description of the assassin lily that you all were looking for.
19?
19. So these plants are, you don't really know the full mechanic around them. You're basically just taking like an educated guess.
Yeah.
This plant food source doesn't really have like a abundance of light or anything, so it's adapted to being able to live in this harsh dry environment, and anything that dies attracts these plants up out of the ground, and they use that, and that food source sustains them for a very long time. So
Hey, Matty, since she was the one closest to him.
Yeah.
Come here.
Walk on down.
Yep, Matty, you slide down and go over to where Beckett is. And indeed, there's this leaf plant that is just wrapping itself around its new food source. And
that's what we need. We need more than one.
I found one.
There's only one lily?
On this body, yes.
So far that I've seen, yeah.
Can you check the other bodies?
Yeah.
I'm gonna
And-
try and carefully take this lily and hope it doesn't attack me.
You quickly go over to the other body, and sure enough, there is also one starting to wrap itself around this one's arm, and just slowly sprouting out of the ground. But yeah, you can if
Can I try to do it where I don't kill the plant and I just take the flower?
well, looking at it, I mean, you can attempt to, sure.
Yeah,
Go
I'd like
ahead
to
and
try.
go ahead and make me a nature's check for me.
Nature. Okay, I'm pretty good at that. 15?
Yeah, 15's well enough, and you're able to gently. You take some kind of like some tweezers or some like small thing like that, and you're able to just pluck the small little plant, this little flower
Yeah,
off of the
trim it.
vine, and you're able to put it in some kind of like satchel or bag to keep it for safety. Uh, and the vine doesn't seem like it had noticed anything, and it's still just slowly wrapping itself around the leg of this creature.
And you said there's another one over there?
There's another one on the other body.
Yeah.
I will go take that one too gently.
Yeah, I'll say you don't have to make another check for that. You following the same thing, do it. You pick one of those up. Get another. You have 2 lilies now.
Well, at least we have enough for 2.
How many total do we need?
It's 1 for
4.
each ritual.
And we have 4 lifeblood. We need 4.
So should we
We have-
look
we
for
have
a
more.
few more?
We should.
They appear to be attracted to things that have died.
Oh,
What if we lay down and we're really, really still like we're dead?
I don't think it works that way. I think there's like pheromones released or something that they smell death.
Maybe we can wait a bit longer and see if
more
any
of the
more
plant-
show up, because we've got bodies right here.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Let's just be
Okay.
patient.
What do you think
Tremayne,
happens
can you
if-
help me get that?
Oh, yeah, I
Sorry.
can help you.
He sits on the bone and does the butt scooch.
The slide, yeah, the
Till-
slide
till,
down.
like,
And you catch Dumka.
Beckett will sit next to one of the dead bodies.
Yeah,
Okay.
me too.
Hey,
I'm
what,
Now,
do you
kinda-
this is very. Remember, this is floor is covered in dust, so
Yeah,
you're
it's
gonna leave
fine.
like button
Die.
plants.
what do you
But
think happens
imprints.
like if we just maybe I just like I take out my sword and I just like prick the tip of my hand and I want to just try to squeeze some of like the blood near where this plant is and see what happens.
Near where the vine is.
Yeah.
That's a good
Okay.
idea.
Idea.
As you do that, you I'm assuming you move the dust away to get the ground, or are you doing it on top of the dust?
Well, yeah, I guess I'll just do it on the dust.
Sure. Yeah, you cut your finger, squeeze a little blood, droplet falls out, and the vine that's around this creature's arm almost immediately like somehow senses this blood and starts to inch closer and closer. Now this thing moved very slow, but it is going towards the blood.
But it's moving fast enough that we can visibly see it moving.
Yeah, you
which
can
for
visibly. Yeah,
I mean, for us, we've seen plants do that before, but that's
Yeah.
not normal for plants.
it is not normal for plants. Like it's not slow enough to where you all. It's like watching paint dry or anything. It's like it's a noticeable movement. It's just it doesn't move very fast. So
I wonder if there's a mass of them somewhere,
I would
like the main group that all
Yeah,
these
I would like
vines are
to
reaching
take-
out from.
I would like to take like an actual plant to bring with us. That'd be incredible.
Should we look for more bodies then?
I don't know.
I think, yeah, because the giant battlefield of bodies are all
But
dry.
yeah,
Maybe that's why there's no
if it
bodies
was attracted to the blood that Tremayne just dropped onto the ash, my guess would be they need to be fresh bodies.
There might be more fresh ones around.
I hope there's not any fresh ones around. That means that someone else has been here recently other than us.
here.
Out of character, we could just throw Tusk down here.
Absolutely. I'm on board with that one.
Here, we need
Good.
you to
Yeah.
die real quick so we can get some ingredients. Okay, thanks. Maddie would never, but Kristy thought of it.
Yeah, so it's the plan.
Well, we know that this one is here. Maybe it couldn't hurt to just kind of walk around and look a little bit more. I can't hide us anymore. That's done.
Right.
But, we could look around for more, and then that gives this plant time to keep growing.
I was going over to one of the ones that aren't being attended to, and you know how you said we could lift up the rock because it's so brittle.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like lift up the rock that the vine is coming out from and see how far into the earth this vine is going.
Okay.
I'll pull out a shovel for you if you like.
I need a shovel. I'm buff.
Okay.
yeah, Reksha, you just start taking handfuls of this ground, the soil, and it just like basically you throw it and it just turns into dust as you throw it away. But you're starting to dig farther and farther down. This vine goes relatively deep in here. Like you dig for like almost a foot, and you do start to see what looks like to be the end of a plant, and a few more lilies that are also on this plant. As you dug deeper down.
So I found a few more lilies, so I believe this one was just starting to branch out. So if you go beneath the surface a little bit, we'll be able to collect more.
There's about 2 more on the base of this plant. That is just kind of, I mean, it's not super big, basically like a root system.
Right.
Probably about, I want to say maybe that big or something like that. And there's 2 more lilies that are just just on the base of this thing.
I will gingerly take the lilies.
Okay.
Stop.
Yep. So you have a total of 4 now.
I wonder. Can I try and dig around the base of the roots and try and dig this thing up?
Sure, you could definitely do that.
Yeah.
Go ahead and make a we'll say this is a survival check.
$15.
You're able to dig this little plant out, and some of the roots at the bottom does detach from the base of this plant, of course, but you're able to get it out relatively unharmed, or at least you think so.
Okay, I'm gonna get one of my pouches and fill it with this dirt. And
Mhm.
this is really morbid, but she's gonna cut off a piece of this body and put the entire plant with a piece of the body in the sack,
Sure.
tie it, and then keep it
Yeah.
on her shoulder.
Sure.
You are freaky cool.
I want to go back to the other one that we're letting grow.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just gonna lean down to it, and it would be not to rush you or anything, but I do hope it's okay if you could spare us a few more of your flowers.
Are you casting?
No, Reksha can
Firbolg.
do that.
Firbolg.
Speak
Oh,
of
wait,
beast and
for-
leaf.
Can it talk back?
He can't understand it if it does,
Okay.
but he can talk to it.
Okay. Gotcha. So it understands you.
You
Yeah,
love a Firbolg.
How long did you all want to stay and stay by this body? Because that will determine what happens.
They're
Maddie
pretty
wants to
slow.
be- Yeah, Maddie wants to be patient, so
Reksha's a pretty
Yeah.
we
patient
have
guy.
to
So
Press
spend another hour, 2 hours.
Yeah.
What's your time? You all still want to try and make it back by nightfall, I'm assuming.
right. How long do we have before nightfall?
It is probably about noon at the moment.
Well, we have a few hours.
So, yeah.
Just
Yeah, we can wait.
super quick question. Can anyone send a letter but super fast?
Are you talking about me?
I mean, I just think it would be a good idea,
I
maybe.
can talk to Zach.
That's great, but I'm sorry right now. I don't care about Zach.
Valid.
Can you use that to send a message instead of to Zach to Shashay? Just to I just have a weird feeling with Tusk. Just to make sure that he's still restrained.
Okay.
Can someone do that?
Reksha will cast sending to Shashay.
Okay.
Tremayne says to make sure that the boy doesn't escape his confinements.
You'll hear back after a second. He seems to be playing nice as of right now. He hasn't really done anything.
We'll turn back to Tremayne. They say he hasn't really done anything.
I don't trust him, but okay.
Of course, he's long since abused our trust several times in quick succession.
Yeah.
All right, so you all wait up until the point where you have enough time to go back before nighttime or before sunset. And what you do start to notice as this vine actually starts to get longer and longer, and it starts to wrap its self basically around this whole arm of this creature, and you actually start to see the arm descend a little bit into the dirt. And it seems like this plant is bringing it below. It's going to take a very long time for it to get the whole body underneath, but it is starts to bring this down below. But as Reksha did ask for a few more lilies, parts of the vine that came up also had 2 more lilies on it that you all could collect.
I will take those.
Thank you. I love when plants are nice to me.
But after this time, you start heading back to where you came, and what? And you start heading up the pathway that you all headed down. Fortunately, I'm not going to make you all roll for anything going back up, but everybody makes it back up into the tunnel system, and you finally get back to where Sashay is, and Tusk is also still sitting on the ground, just sitting there, not doing anything. So, what would you all like to do?
Sorry.
What is happening?
It's just Chel's
Just-
message.
Oh,
really
okay.
funny.
Gotcha.
Dumka is beyond bored because there was a giant battlefield that he was not allowed to play with, and everyone sat for hours picking at plants. So he's like,
Sure.
That's what I do for fun. What do you mean?
well, no, I mean, that's great that that's fun for you. I think I fell asleep. And you can see the entire back of him
Oh.
is just all ash. Are we going to keep those supplies? Does Shashay have to be the Shashay? Do you have to be the one that does the ritual, or is it?
I mean, anybody can do it. You just have to know how.
Is it complicated?
I mean, if you're accustomed to doing other rituals, it depends on how accustomed you are to doing rituals, I would assume.
I do rituals all the time for
My own rituals. yeah.
church.
I could definitely write down the instructions for Reksha, and I'm sure he could do it.
Okay.
Just in case that you're not around, considering
That is very smart.
And
Let me get. I'll start writing it down for you. That way you can have that. But so I mean, Sasha is still listening, of course, but they are going over to a table and getting out some coolant ink and starting to write down instructions on this ritual.
And Dumka probably is pacing. He's looking at the teleportation circle, and
Mhm.
he's kind of the way his weird memory works He's just kind of like stares at it and then just in my brain now. He's like, oh, that's interesting. Shashay, how did you do the spell that brought us here?
That is after years of studying, I've able to do a little bit of magic here and there. Nothing to the point where I was able to do originally, but have gained a little bit of ability here and there. So it's just another spell called Teleportation Circle.
Can it take you to other places?
You have to have you have to know the place of the rune, how it's laid out and like the structure of it. But as long as you know where the location is and how the symbols are arranged, you could go basically any place that has one of those circles. I can let you see. I have one in my basement in Port Zoon, also that I can. That's where I would be taking you all to when you all decide you're ready to leave.
I mean, yeah. Could I try? I know you said like years of studying, but like, could I like?
Sure. Let me write down. Let me write down the runes for you, so you can see how they're arranged. Sure. Also, then they'll go get out the quill and ink again and start drawing out their design of their rune circle that's in their basement. Here you go. Just copy that basically down if you think you can cast the spell, and that should take you to the look. It's basically like a key. Think of it like that, to a key to a door. You need to know that.
I've got like a lot of keys.
That's the.
He's like pacing with the piece of paper, and he's kind of like swirling his finger and like pretending to like make the shapes.
Did we want to head there tonight, or want to stay another night here? This is a little bit more secluded. Are you still heading to Port Damali?
That is the plan.
I think we should. I mean, I told Zach, but there's. Well, no, but we could. But do you know?
Something tells me that he has enough to figure it out. He can, among the city and things like that, he's got a bit of knowledge, right?
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Or if you would like to keep, I know that you like to keep sort of your family life private. It would be faster to go to Port Damali from Port Zoon. We can go and really quickly tell everybody, and I could get one of my dad's boats probably in like a day, and we can go to Port Damali. Okay? I'm sure you want to see them.
What are we going to do about your whole situation with
The anvil.
the anvil?
Just drop a lifeblood in there.
That was literally, it was something that I couldn't say, but it was literally what I was thinking.
Oh no. Well, what are you more afraid of? A crazy ancient red dragon or the myriad? One of them was related to you dying and one was not. Not with that attitude. Oh,
Also, there is
sorry about my thing. Do anything.
there is the issue of what we're doing with the other lifebloods. You all said you all wanted to take them, correct?
We
If you-
did think that that would be the
I've-
smartest solution, yes.
Well, I've been thinking about it. If you all do take them, it would give me more of a respite of not having to worry about Ganir finding me while I'm trying to do some more research from my end. So I'm still going through some of those books you all gave me from the sanctuary. So maybe I can find some more information in there. But it would give me a chance to do that without being worried about being found, since Ganir has a way of locating these things. However,
makes
that does put more of a mark on your all's back doing so. So are you sure you want to undertake that weight?
He's gonna come for me anyway. It's inside my neck.
Well, we can get that out of you, and that's what I was.
But like, where is it? If you keep them all here. Sorry, Shashay. If you said that you can't transform, then you're pretty much as good as dead.
That is unfortunately true. Yes.
I say we take them.
Okay.
Make it safer.
I thought that was Chel's dog.
No, that was just me stretching.
Well, the next, I guess, line of business here is: did you all want to use them since you have the things needed to get them out of you?
They make you feel kind of like shit when you
I
put them on.
think that's what we discussed to keep them safer, yes?
I believe it stops it from a moment of weakness situation. You can't
Also
bargain. You can't bargain with your life if they're already stuck inside your body. Not that I would ever dare.
It's not good. I just want to just know that.
Oh, well, I can't imagine it would be.
No. Yeah, and then both. I think. No, I mean I was better after a while, but
These
I was
things
pretty tired.
weren't meant for mortal usage. They take a lot of mortals from the books that I've been reading.
And it means one of your attunement slots is sort of filled up.
Yep. Also that.
I mean, that doesn't bother an artificer, but
That's true.
I don't know what the additional powers will be. Well, I'm sure Shashay might be able to say, but you'll get a resistance.
No?
Probably guaranteed. So
Yes.
So who wants which ones?
which ones do we have? Yeah, what do they
There's-
do?
there's
We don't-
the silver.
Yep.
There's
We have the silver, the purple, and the blue.
yeah,
Can I
there's
please have
Shashay.
purple? Can I please have purple?
Wrong character.
Kristy just wants purple.
Wrong character.
Sashay.
Tremayne should
Sashay, I'm just saying, it will offer Tremayne Sashay's
Fine.
lifeblood first. So
I got blue. Dibs on blue.
I was going to say Dumka would say that he would prefer if Reksha had his great grandpa's.
Dopey eyes from across the room.
So that leaves silver.
silver left.
Do you want to Beckett?
If
you have
you
more
need me
connections
to,
with
sure.
all that stuff? And I can speak.
Yeah. Sure, if you needed me to.
I know, right?
He doesn't want to.
He doesn't
He
want
is
it.
100% willing to do it if you guys need him to, but it's like the last thing he would want to
Okay,
do.
then Maddie,
I-
like, I feel like Maddie's.
Sasha
Yeah.
will also speak up as you all are having
I'll
this
take it.
conversation. I would recommend not letting Dumka have another one, even though it is possible we don't know the outcomes of having two of them attuned at the same time.
No, I'm
So-
like all good on that front, Sashay, my they them friend. No worries.
All right, so Maddie's getting the silver. Purple is going to Tremayne, and blue is going to Reksha, right?
Mhm.
All right. Let me.
Beckett's body is a temple.
He just would rather not have another dragon thing.
You're gonna get the black dragon one.
God.
Come on, Chel. Come on,
Oh,
Chel.
yes.
Saren
Aaron. Oh, that'd be cool.
probably would actually be kind of redundant, but
Maybe.
it would be cool.
Kristy, there is your silver.
E?
Tremayne. This is yours.
And
Here's your
now
purple.
we are the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Dragon Force.
And Beckett.
And Graf.
and Beckett's the oh my god, what's his name? Zon? The big head in the tank.
Oh my god.
Zorn? Hold on.
Let me know if those things opened up for you all to where y'all can.
Yep.
Okay, cool. That's what each one of them does.
Zordon. It had the two halves.
And as you all attune to them, are you all putting them on before you attune, or are you just gonna like concentrate with them in your hand?
I'm gonna put mine on.
Okay. You have the blue one, which is a ring. So you put it on. Any specific finger of your choice?
I really want to do the middle finger, but he would probably just put it on his ring finger.
Okay, so you put it on your ring finger, and you spend the hour needed to attune to this item. As you finish attuning, lightning starts sparking off of it, and basically this lightning just burrows into your finger, and it is no longer on your ring finger anymore. And you see this light blue outline for a second on your ring finger. And as this does this, it completes the attunement, and you basically feel one of the highest. Basically, think of like a taser. Reksha is being tased basically right now, which is like just electricity flowing through your body. You seize up, and Reksha is just kind of like convulsing on the ground for a second, and then stops. But is breathing. You have 1 point of exhaustion from doing so.
I'm gonna cast Greater Restoration on myself and get rid of the point of exhaustion.
All right, perfect.
So he
All right.
convulses on the ground and he goes, and then he touches himself and he goes, "I'm normal now."
Tremayne, you also. Sure, yeah, you put it on your pinky finger. And this is a purple ring. It has the same design as the blue one, except it is purple, and it has should I describe this for Reksha, but the ring, the band is just like how the necklace was. It's a dragon that goes around, and its tail is in its mouth. Yeah, exactly. And as you attune to it, you see your ring finger or your pinky finger start to glow purple, and just actually doesn't hurt when it like goes into your skin. However, after as you it completes and you are fully attuned to it, your head just starts to feel like it's going to explode to the point where you crumple over into a ball and on the ground, just like it is the worst migraine. Like,
Who is this?
this is Tremayne.
Beckett will hold her hand.
So yeah, you're just like caught yourself, and this takes like a minute or two, the same amount of time as what Reksha went through with the lightning. But eventually, this pain in your head subsides, and
when it does, Beckett's like rubbing thumb circles in the back of your hand.
And you also have a point of exhaustion. So, Matty, last one.
These two happen. She's
True.
After seeing what happened with Tremayne and with Reksha, Beckett will just he'll scoot over and like.
I'm just gonna get
what do you need?
one of my brushes and put it in between my teeth, and I'm like, snap the necklace shut.
Yeah, you put it around your neck and you start to attune with it. As it completes, it starts to feel sub-zero cold to your skin, and it actually starts to leave a burning sensation because of how cold this is as it sinks into your skin and completes its attunement to you. And Beckett, did you say you were holding Matty's hand through
Whatever
this, or what
she'd need. If she would just wanted him to sit next to her, she would. If she wanted to take his hand, he'd take it.
He's probably shivering, so
He's trying to.
No, you are.
He'll pull his coat off or his cloak off and wrap it around her.
What's cool about this though is that because Maddie's a tiefling, she probably doesn't actually know what it's like to feel like burning to that degree, and this is probably the first time, because it's so cold that you can't differentiate, that she's ever felt like that.
Yeah, that's true.
Becca will take his cloak off
fire,
and...
so she's like, what is this? What? It hurts! It's so cold, it hurts!
You're freezing to the point.
You're so nice, Beckett.
Someone, Beckett, you go to touch, to grab Maddie's hand, and it's not just a mental thing. Her skin is basically freezing.
He pulls his cloak off and he'll wrap it around her shoulders and I don't know, try and grab her to keep her warm.
As Beckett even does that, it just doesn't seem to help Matty, and you spend you even move closer to the fire. This is the worst cold feeling you've ever had, and at the point where it actually having the thing in your mouth doesn't help because it feels like you're biting into an ice cream or something. It is actually making it worse. But you spend a minute or two, just same, and it slowly passes, and you are completed with the attunement process of that.
You come to with Beckett's cloak around you.
That was really hard to watch, you guys. Are you okay?
No, that really sucked.
Told you it really sucked. I was on fire.
I was on fire, but it wasn't fire.
Yeah, my head, if I flex any muscle too much, it really hurts. It's gonna be so hard to take a shit later. Oh my God.
Matty, you do have a point of exhaustion.
Yeah. Where did I put that on Beyond?
I definitely agree. The experience was not very pleasant. But he looks fine because I undid the point of exhaustion.
Oh, there it is. Found it.
Oh yeah, you have to make sure you have homebrew turned on.
Yeah, I got it.
And that should automatically give you all the resistances that you all have. It should automatically give you the cantrips that you all get. I don't know about the breath weapon, but it should.
Oh yeah, you all get a breath weapon too.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what damage mine does.
Psychic. It should be psychic.
Oh,
Did I
okay.
not put that in there?
No, it doesn't.
It's whatever the resistance is of your attunement is the. So.
Okay.
And for the breath weapons, it does say that you can use either 8 plus your Constitution modifier, plus your proficiency or your spell save, whatever one you want to use. So. Yeah. So after everybody attunes to their respective items, I think that's where we're going to end for today.
Woohoo.
That was fun. That was a good little session.
So,
Yeah.
was a shorter session, unfortunately, but hopefully everybody enjoyed watching. And is there any last minute shout outs or
Don't forget to
things we
check
need
out
to-
Little Dragon Corp and Cardboard Castle Games. Thank you to Adrian Von Ziegler for our background music, and please join us on Discord or follow us on Twitter. Check us out on YouTube. Just come and hang out.
Hell yeah.
All right. Yeah, and we will see you all back here next week with Waterdeep. And don't forget to add your proficiency bonus, and we'll talk to you all later.
Love you,
Bye-bye.
bye.
Bye-bye.
Bubba.